So hopefully you've all got that.
Yep.
So welcome to this week's Craft and Chat. And this is the card that I've made for this week. It's based on a design from Lisa Curcio, but I've made it into metric. So, and it's, well, I was going to say it's straightforward. It starts off simple because basically you're just cutting a square and then you're folding it, but you kind of have to pay attention to the last little folds, but the rest of it is pretty straightforward. So I have a belly band on it, which should come off, she says. It did go on, so it should come off. There we go. So it looks like that. And then when you open it, oops, mine's upside down. It looks like that.
Oh, cool.
Goodness me.
Very fancy.
There's a lot going on, Fiona.
Yeah, it is just simple folding. This is the last bit that can be a little bit complicated, but it's not. As long as you've got your folds in the right place, you'll be fine. And you could put it onto a normal square card, but I've only just put mine onto a square panel. So this is what we're aiming at.
Okay.
She says.
Good luck,
So,
everyone.
Okay. Let's make a start then. So you should have some double-sided paper. So I'm using this. Okay. Cardstock, 2 different colours, and some white. I've just got some, I was going to say scrap. That's actually quite a big piece to be scrap, but hey. Okie doke. So I'm going to leave the white till last. So we're going to start off with our double-sided paper. And you're going to cut a square, which is 20 centimetres by 20 centimetres. Okay. Yeah. So we've got it 20 by 20. Now, whichever of the paper that you want to see the most of, i.e. this front bit, you want to have that facing down. So I want to see my petal pink. Okay. So I'm going to face that down.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you're going to start folding. So you're going to fold it in half. Make sure you get your corners to corners. And give it a good crease and use your bone folder. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're going to open it up. And then you're going to fold this edge into the middle. So towards that crease, that score line piece that you've already got in the middle there. So you're just going to fold it in half. I'm going to just make sure that I'm not going over that crease by simply making sure that this piece will fold over. All right, and open it up, and then you're going to do exactly the same with the other side. So you've now got 4 long panels on your square. Yep.
Yeah.
Turn it 90 degrees so that your panels are now going left to right. And you're going to just do exactly the same thing again. You're going to fold it in half, making sure you've got corner to corner. This is where you find out how square you've actually cut the paper. Don't think mine's that brilliant. Okay, and then you're going to bring the edge into the middle again. And open it up and then do the other side. So in the end, you will end up with what looks like little squares. So you've got
16.
16 squares.
Mhm.
Okay, 4 going 4 by 4. Yep. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you're going to bring the corner. It doesn't matter which corner you start at. So you're going to bring your corner into that middle point where they intersect. And again, you want to make sure that you give it a really good burnish. So your line should, in effect, go. You should have a complete square there, and the other two are just triangles, half squares. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And then you're going to do exactly the same with the other 3 corners. You're going to take the points into the middle. And burnish really well. So you'll end up looking like it's basically a square that's folded in on itself. Kind of looks like an envelope, but nothing actually crosses. It's all just point to point. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're going to open it up again. Now this is where it starts to get a little bit complicated, she says. So you want to start folding. So that first score line going down, you want to pull that towards you. And you also want to pull in that side, that first score line on the side. And as you do that, you'll find that your paper is starting to fold on those score lines. Like so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not that one. Don't want that one just yet. Okay, so you're going to do that, and then you're going to flatten that square down. Try and make sure that, again, it's still doing corner to corner. Now it's up to you. You can leave it like that, or you can fold it back on itself. Like so. Right. And then you're going to do exactly the same thing with the other 3 corners. So if you rotate it, and again, you're going to use that first score line, the second score line. And then you want to flatten that down. Like that. And then exactly the same with the third one. So it gets a little bit sort of messy. I'm going to have to release it a bit to be able to do it. That's it. And don't forget to fold back that paper if that's what you want to do. Can't decide whether to do mine so that I've got, no, that one goes that way. So this one should go, she says. You will fold. Is that all right?
Oh, my third one doesn't like it.
Yeah, I know. It's a little bit. That's it. That way I'm going to. Actually, I'm going to fold these all back.
Break.
What's going on here? It's that one. Oh dear. That's it. Got it. So how are we all doing?
Yeah,
Yep.
nearly there.
Got there, surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
You all right there, Trisha?
Yep.
Okay, so you've now got a piece that sort of got all these folds on you. When you open it up, you've got sort of a little square on the inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can just set that to one side for the moment.
Okay.
Right, so you now need your coloured cardstock and your trimmer. So you need to decide in what order you want to put your cardstock, this onto your cardstock, and also what colour you want your belly band. So I've got a belly band on mine. I'm going to cut the belly band first because we virtually, the width of the cardstock is not long enough. So we actually have to use the length. Okay, so you want to cut a 4 centimetre strip. For your belly band, and then you're just going to put that to one side. Okay. So, okay. Getting myself confused. So what you're going to do is whatever colour you've used for your belly band, that's going to be the colour, the first square. I was me holding it towards me and you can't see a thing. Duh. Okay, so my first colour that I'm going to use is going to be, well, actually you could do whatever you want really, it makes no difference, but that square that you want to cut, so the smaller square for the outside is 10.5 by 10.5 centimetres.
Is that your navy square in that example?
So no, this is the peach
That's your peach
square.
Right. Okay.
So it's 10.5 by 10.5, and then the next size up is 11 by 11.
Is it the 10.5 one that's the same colour as the belly band?
You could do whatever you want.
Okay.
So you should end up with two squares, one that is 10.5 by 10.5 and the other one that's 11 by 11. Okay.
Yep.
So then you're going to cut two more squares, but they're going to go on the inside of this card. So the first one is going to be the larger one, so it's the coloured one, is 8.5 by 8.5 centimetres, and your white piece is 8 by 8. So 8.5. Now I've got to get my ruler out because now I'm doubting myself.
Excuse me.
Oh no, I was wrong. Sorry, 9.5 by 9.5 is the larger one. Don't know why I wrote 8.5. So 9.5 by 9.5, and then 9 by 9 for the white. So because my insides is Misty Moonlight, I'm just going to put the pink on the inside. So I need that to be 9.5 by 9.5. And then your white. You know what? I did do it right. I've actually, look, 9.5 by 9.5 and 9 by 9. And now I've gone and crossed off all my other measurements. What a wally. I'm getting ahead of myself. So 9.5, 9.5, 9 by 9. So that's your white piece. Is going to be the 9 by 9. So that's the bit that you are free to decorate, stamp a sentiment on, whatever, that will go inside your card. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's really up to you as to what you want to have for your focal point. But before we do that, we need to go back quickly to the belly band. And that needs to be cut down to 24 centimeters. Okay. So we should have, you've got your long piece for your belly band. You've got 2 larger squares, which are going to be for the outside. You've got your double-sided paper that you've folded. And then you have your 2 square panels for the inside. Yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just a question of sticking it all together. And it's really up to you when it comes to the belly band as to what you want to put on there. You can put squares, or you can put circles, or you can just cut DSP out. It's up to you. So I folded mine. So I stuck everything together first so that I knew what the width was. Because you're not sticking it around the paper, you're sticking it around the paper and the card. Yep.
Yep.
And then all I did was literally hold it down, and I just wrapped it around. I didn't score it or anything. But you just want to leave it just slightly larger, simply because you want to be able to slide it on and off. And then you're just simply going to overlap it and glue it together, the 2 ends, that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had mine at the front so that it got hidden by my focal point. But if you want to stick it on the back, it's your choice. So we just need to simply glue these 2 together. Like so. Okay. Put glue on the back of this, so it's this piece. That's what's going to get glued to that smaller square of cardstock. Try and get it even. I use the glue so that I can wiggle it around a bit. It's fine. You can open it up and then make sure it's all on there. I'm going to glue the piece of cardstock, but not the white, on the inside. Again, try and get equal borders. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn the camera off now so that everybody can decorate the piece to go on the inside and create their focal point for the belly band. All right. So let's remove the spotlight and I'm going to pause recording. Okay, so we're back to share. Angie, would you like to share yours first?
Okay.
Let's remember to spotlight this time. Oh, right.
I have used the consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've used the
That's
bar
sweet.
and I used the embossing folder on the belly band.
On the belly
Very
band.
nice.
Okay.
It is old DSP though, it's not current.
All right, wouldn't worry about
and then
it.
inside I decorated it a little bit like that.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Lovely.
That's nice.
Very nice.
Belly band is just that colour on the back.
Yep. Okay. Like that.
Thank you.
Carol, would you like to share
Yeah.
yours?
Right, this is mine.
Ooh,
Oh, that's sweet.
love the colours, gorgeous.
I can get my belly band off, and then I've just folded two of the corners back.
Yep.
And I've got a little bit of DSP.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a nice idea. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lovely.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
nice.
sweet. Trisha, would you care to share yours?
I've gone slightly off-piste and very old.
It's all right.
Ooh.
I've gone
That's
with
nice.
the daisies that are stamped along the bottom,
Right.
and
Lovely.
I have put it onto a card.
You've put it onto a card. Okay.
I did do that as well. I put mine on the card.
Right.
And that's my belly band.
Right. That's sweet. Will they stand up
Nice.
okay with it open or a little bit open?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it does stand up a little bit.
Good.
open.
It's all right. You don't have to prove it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
it's fine.
Very
Lovely.
nice.
Like that.
Thank you.
I might just have to do that myself.
Mhm.
Make the card. Right. Where am I? I want that one. You don't need me, my face spotlighted. So that's mine.
Very
Pretty.
That is lovely. Love that.
I love that country lace.
Is that what it is? Country lace?
Yeah, I think my
Yes,
belly
please,
band
yeah.
might be a bit tight though.
Lovely.
So it
Trouble
looks
is,
like
because
that.
The fold springs open slightly. It
Yeah,
makes it more difficult, even though the belly band fits.
And then my inside looks like that.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Very nice.
It's lovely.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that stamp.
Stamp set that as well.
I know. What goes that way? So that's mine.
That's lovely.
Okay, so we don't have any craft and chat next week because
No.
it is going to be a bank holiday. So then the next one will be in June.
June.
Good grief. Am I right? Yes, it will be June, won't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Not thought what we're going to do yet, but it's not going to be fun fold, so we'll see. Unless I feel really, really brave. But hey ho, we'll find out. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Mhm.
So there'll be a new link for June, which I will put in the newsletter that will go out at the very end of the month for next month. Okay.
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 Thank you.
All right. So, I was going to say have a good week, but I'll see you, Carol and Trisha, on Wednesday.
Yes.
You
At
will.
Card and a
Yes.
Cuppa.
Card and a cuppa. Do you
Yep.
want us to bring any ink or anything?
maybe I'll
Yeah,
double check. It might be handy.
Just message what you want.
Okay, I think it's
Fine.
Misty Moonlight, or Night of Navy or something like that. But I'll double check and I'll send you a message.
I'm happy
Okie
to
doke then.
bring inks if you need them or whatever else.
Yep. Okie doke. So have a good week then, Angie.
Lovely. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
See you
nice
next week.
weekend.
Yep.
Thank you,
Take care,
Angie.
everyone.
See
Take
you all
care.
next week.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.